Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here, and welcome back to Swordflight. Alright, so I sold everything off. I just took the time to cast everything before I started recording, so she's only got the one bear now. I figured out why I was dealing extra magic damage to those Duergar. It's because this axe does extra magic damage to elves and dwarves, which means even Duergar and Drow are susceptible to its extra power. Which is pretty handy for down here. Although I thought it was doing like 3 damage on some... Oh, because it crits. The crit with this thing does 3 times the damage, so it takes that 1 point and triples it. I forgot about that. So yeah, that is pretty cool. Makes it much more useful. Anti-dwarf and elf things are significantly more handy because you go through the Underdark. Okay. I think it's a pretty solid possibility there could be... Look in the nearby pool of water, you see what looks to be a glowing piece of metal deep beneath it. Might be a valuable magical item. Carrying too much weight. Get some of the stuff to her. Yeah, fine. My constitution is maxed. Like, how much weight do I have to give up? Okay, that should be good for now. There we are. Yeah, I didn't even use the constitution from, oh. Didn't even use the constitution bonus from this armor here. That was weird. None of its abilities are showing up on the sidebar. There they are. Okay. I didn't even use its greater endurance, because turns out, with my barbarian armor equipped, I already have maxed out constitution. Which is bothersome, because I would like it to be higher than that, if it can be, but it caps itself, for some dumb reason, which will never make sense to me. Is this place really... I'm actually surprised. Not a single enemy in this entire corridor. I get the feeling that sword is at least +4, and probably worth the max amount of money anything sells for. So that's a solid find. Ah, Driders. Fun times. Okay, they have a wizard, which is actually preferable to some of what they can have. Let's see if I can draw out that warrior. Okay, that works. Really? Okay, kill the bear. Wizard is worth 180. He'd probably have been worth significantly more. It must only be the hit points that give them their challenge rating. Because I feel like even the Glabberzows are more dangerous than these things are. Just a regular Glabberzow. Yet I curb stomp Glabberzow. Do love my crits. Alright, so we have a path down, that's to the southern corridor. We've already explored that. Path downward. And a path up. Just make sure there's nothing else over here. Okay. That's to the Kuatoans. For being basically its whole own world, it's completely inhabited. A lot of this Underdark is pretty barren. Okay, I don't intend to actually try to breach the stronghold area yet, but yeah, looks like there's some Kuatoans there. I can at least kill them. You park here. Oh right, their sharpshooters are weird, because most of them won't shoot at you. Okay, they do have +3 short swords. Not regular ones, but still. Now, if they have +3 short swords, I feel like I should be looting those. Thought I had one more attack around than last time I checked, but looks like I'm still getting the same amount. Ooh. Okay, there's a lot more of them. That does not cover. That was weird. Is she invisible? Oh, she is. I thought that she wasn't. Can't even get at it. Alright. That should just leave one more of them. Over 1,000 XP just for killing a small handful of those things. That's really good. Okay. So that takes us to the northern corridor. We don't want to go up there yet. No, not on her. I've got a lot of healing, protective, and rejuvenation stuff. I should use these on dead wards basically whenever I want to, because I have plenty. Umber Hulks and Hook Horrors? Hook Horrors generally like to be on the higher portions, as opposed like the large caves with tall ceilings. This is pretty low, because on the taller ones, they can far more easily drop on unsuspecting victims. Umber Hulks. I think they're all, despite the huge one being technically much larger than the others, I think they're all actually the same size category. Yeah, she's fully used up those Dove's Harps as well. But I can save myself a lot of healing objects by getting her to use her own power. Alright. A sealed door. Ooh, got 3 blue quartz crystals. They're worth a little more to the western lower caverns. Okay, so it looks like this area spreads out. In this part of the Underdark, you're likely to run into basilisks and rust monsters, perhaps some gelatinous cubes and elementals. Ooh. Anything valuable? Okay. That is a bad lineup of enemies. Basilisks I don't mind, actually. I can wipe the floor with basilisks. Heck, I have the anti-petrification helmet I can use if I really want to. But rust monsters, gelatinous cubes, and elementals. Most elementals I can handle no issue at all, but some of them are pretty rough, especially if there's any more elders or anything of the like. Okay, so it looks like we have a bunch of areas to search down here. At least some northern spots. And rust monsters, now those are their problem. Rust monsters are horrific. I think... Man, I'm really torn. Okay, no, I should use it on the gloves. I really should. There. That also gives me a little added protection against anyone trying to slow me. I think now they have to slow me twice just to remove my haste. Big sealed door. I'll definitely be taking a look at that. Mysterious merchant. Strange hooded figure approaches you. While distrust for strangers is generally well advised in the Underdark, he does not appear hostile. Who might you be? Half-orc man from the surface. Must be pretty powerful to have survived down here. Who might you be? Doesn't matter who I am, but I mean you no harm. Doubt I could take out a barbarian as formidable as you, even if I did. Yeah, probably true. If you plan to use violence against me, I'll let you know it won't work. I'm equipped with a special item that has a contingency spell that'll teleport me away before you can kill me. Now that we established neither of us is much of a threat to the other, perhaps we could do business. Fancy myself a merchant, dealing in exotic items. If you're a merchant, why are you operating out of a monster-infested cave? Had some disagreements with some of the other merchants. I'm not entirely welcome there. It's nothing you need to concern yourself with. I'm interested in obtaining some hard-to-acquire items that I need as magical reagents. Looking to get the brain of a devourer, an intellect devourer, the hide of a displacer beast. Dangerous creatures. Might have a hard time getting stuff myself. Also need a diamond. I'll give you 100 or so for each one of those. If you bring me all 3, I'll give you a valuable magical item in exchange. If you can manage to accomplish this, you might be the man I need to find something else I'm interested in. See if I can acquire them. Also have a few things to sell you. Might be interested. One's a powerfully enchanted greatsword for 24,999 gold. Really significant enhancements. Even if you don't fight with greatswords, you should be able to resell it for a decent price. Also have a package of special potions. Might be useful to you or not. Hard to say. Stuff you won't find for sale anywhere. I'll let you have it for $9.99. Yeah, $9.99 is not much. Let's see what you got for potions. Potion of undead healing. Yeah. And then terrible stuff. Okay, well here's the diamond. 95 gold. You said 100. Okay, I'm not buying that greatsword. I don't use them. Even if I do get it, and I could resell it for the max amount possible, it'd be 1 gold piece. And I doubt it's going to be worth anything. So that's a lot of money to blow for no reason. I am absolutely... I mean, like, okay, you're a swindler, basically, is what I'm learning here. Something very, very off about him. I assume he's either a Drow or a Durgar. Okay. That's a lot of bones. Something tells me. Okay. Sit still for a second. Oh, yeah, I knew it. Okay, let's get out of here. Wraiths. Okay. Oh my goodness, he's critted twice. He's hit me twice and critted both times. definitely going to use this. Throw up another stone skin. I'm out of extra healing, right? Yeah. You stay here for a second. The Wraith I'm entirely unafraid of. I don't think they can really do anything to me. Although this one is faster than the others I've fought before. Yeah, they don't do that much damage. It does look like it gets some negative energy added on. But I'm currently immune to that. A Slaughterwight. Really doesn't sound good. Well, it's quick, I'll give it that. It's got a really good armor class. Its attack is solid, it hits like a truck, but I do seem to be resisting all of its extra negative damage it'd be slapping me with. Yeah, they're pretty strong. I certainly wouldn't want to take on like a gaggle of them all at once. Ooh, man, there's a lot of these things. Ow, that's a painful one. Okay, actually, you should sit still. Yeah, thanks for that. I was wondering how I was going to survive. I feel very secure now, knowing that she's getting me with Cure Minor Wounds. That one hurt. You know, these things heal me a lot, but when you have 500 hit points, it really does not feel like it. Okay, what is that thing? That's just a regular bone golem? That I can handle. Let's get this sentinel out here. They have a spell sword over there. I don't know exactly what he's capable of, but whatever it is, I'm sure I'm not going to like it. So what I should do is find a way to draw out that Slaughterwight and kill it separately. And then charge the spell sword. Ah, great. Oh, they have a sniper too. Whoa! Okay, no, that wasn't supposed to happen. How in the world did all of them detect me at once? charge that spell sword. Not exactly who I said to attack, but I'll take it. Okay. Well, that was rough. Big piles of undead, they're always terrible. Use one of the keys of Xerxeton to unlock the door. Door can be opened by a key or other special means. So I should get another key, I can get in there. Alright, well. Actually, I don't know how far exactly this place goes downward, so I won't commit to it that much yet. I'm gonna head upwards first and see if we, if the upward path takes us to a similar place with multiple directions to go to. Well, this is interesting. Taguzo Akaraz. You think you could just go marching through an important magical experiment of the Darrow, interfering with everything and escape without consequences? The savant whose activities you disrupted was conducting very important research. Who knows how far back you've set the progress of arcane science with your interference? I, one of the greatest assassins of the Darrow, have finally tracked you down. Just trying to travel through some caves and I'd be attacked by powerful elementals at every turn. We're talking about Darrow experiments. I don't assume they were dangerous and aimed at its insane end. I'm glad to have disrupted them. I was a student of the savant you sailed. I learned many secrets of conjuration from him. Now I shall unleash them on you. Unleash the power of the secrets revealed, that is, not the actual secrets. This is no simple conjuration. Calling up arrows of flame or clouds of acid. I'll call up an engine of destruction whose powers defy imagination. Well, I'll stop you then, before you have a chance to summon anything. Assassin teleports away because he's about to be killed. Typical. Well, he's not that bad, so if he shows up again, I'll attack him again without giving him a chance to do anything. Those ones are just regular quartz crystals. Oh, I see the difference. Okay, so craft trap only gets you regular quartz crystals because you use regular quartz crystals to make electric traps. So that's why that skill would play into it. The other crafting ones are just in general, you're good at working with stuff. And spellcraft because blue quartz crystals are spell reagents. Okay, that makes more sense. Alright, this place only has a single exit. Upper Caverns Center. Appears to be a portal of some sort. It's currently inactive. There's no obvious way it could be activated, assuming you even wanted to do so with no idea where it leads. Alright. Southwestern upper caverns. And a cave. Trolls have frequently been coming and going from the nearby cave. That'll work. I have plenty of flame weapon uses. I might as well just... I think it'll add on top of mine, right? 2d8 plus 1d8. Yeah, let's see if this works. If it does, you trolls are about to be in for a rude awakening. Yeah, come on, guys. These things are always a handful. Interesting. It doesn't look like my extra fire damage is well. Maybe it is stacking on top of the rest. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's all going on there as much as I would like it to. Oh, okay. No, the 2d8 looks like it does replace the 1d8. Colossal cave troll. Its challenge rating is the same as theirs. It's probably just got a couple more hit points, or is marginally stronger, but not by much. See, the advantage to flame weapon over dark fire. Is that guy hasted? No. Is that dark fire, the way it's applied to your weapon, it strikes before the actual weapon hit does. And flame weapon is just included in your new weapon statistics. It's sort of weird, but dark fire is its own very unique status. And it strikes separately from your main weapon hit. That really comes into play in a critical hit, because the dark fire damage will not be applied. It won't be tripled or doubled, or quadrupled if you use a scythe, by your critical threat range, basically. It can, however, be used by clerics, which I think makes it more useful. Because clerics do a lot more fighting than mages. A mage can enchant one of his allies with flame weapon. Then, of course, you have to rely on your ally actually doing something useful with it. You could also put it on your own stuff, if you were like a fighter mage, and that'd be super effective. Okay, there's another really big one. Don't know exactly how many of these things there are. Dang, they're fast. Damage resistance? Oh, right. Because I just used resist elements. And I remember when just fighting one of these things pretty much cost me everything I had on me. All my items. All of my, my special spells or wand uses or anything I had that dealt any fire or acid damage. I don't even remember. Did I actually use a Scabbard of Enhancement to fight it, or did I use Alchemist Fire? I cannot remember how I killed it with this guy. That one in the sewers, man, that thing was a handful. southeastern upper county. Ooh, another map piece. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I've got room in here. So we need 5 of those. And we have 2. Okay, let's check the other half of the cave, and then I'm going to go back to the central area and search the north part before I actually go anywhere. I'm hoping the trolls never respawn in here, so that I can have this place very completely cleared out. Oh, great. I was hoping we could draw him out with his howl and tear him up while he was trying to cast his other stuff and use his other abilities. Alright, well, you have the better armor class, and it's your fault that he didn't come out down here, so you're the one who gets to attack him. Okay, we got more of them. I'm kind of surprised that, with the amount of fire damage I'm doing, it doesn't get bigger. So, like, there's 3, from what I've noticed at least, 3 types of fire damage, or animations for fire damage. Like, one is that little burst whenever you hit them that I'm doing now. One of them is, like, a big shroud of flame runs across them, and then one of them is a big pillar of fire that comes up out of them towards the sky. And I thought they were all caused by different damage thresholds. So, like, if you did more than 10 damage of fire, it'd do the, like, they get covered in fire, and if you did more than 20 or 30 or something, then it was the big pillar of fire. And certain spells had those effects just by default, like combustion. But I've dealt over 60 fire damage with the exact same animation. I don't know if that's just a result of them being especially susceptible to fire, so their animations are a little different on it, or if I was just wrong about what caused those in the first place. But it seems like, mainly when I use Darkfire, I'll have Darkfire cast, and depending on how much damage I do, in a single combat round, it'll do both of those animations. And I thought I'd noticed it always having a bigger pillar whenever did over 10 damage. But that, I mean, I've already talked about how Darkfire is already its own beast, so it could just have its own special animation anyway. Okay, are you the last one in here? If so, we'll have done a very good thing, wiping out an entire cave of trolls. I guess it's the Underdark, so who are we really helping? Other evil creatures. But hey, the fewer trolls in the world, the better. Okay. So before we head anywhere southeast, we'll go check out the north. I figure there's nothing extra over here, just a tunnel. Game really wants me to know that she's playing a bard song. Anything up here? Bats? Oh, what sort of creatures can be found? Primarily of trolls and displacer beasts. Alright, well I need to find some displacer beasts. Trolls of various humanoid races occasionally come through, but infrequently, and from what the bat communicates, seems unlikely you'll run into any. You recommend anything valuable? Right. Well, at least not everything in the Underdark wants to kill me. Northeast, northwest. Okay, so we got all four directions. Well, four sub-directions, I guess, which likely lead to all four cardinal directions as well. So we'll probably have 8 other sections to search out up here. Okay. I'm not going to deal with that right at this second. Now at least we know. So I'm going to head back to the central area. And I think I'm going to hit the northern corridor and search off that whole section. That way we'll at least have the central area taken care of. Hoping trolls aren't respawning. Or not trolls, Umberhulks. They shouldn't. They probably will once I rest. The Dryaders do, so it makes sense a lot of other encounters would. I'm hoping that cave doesn't refill with trolls and that it stays empty. I probably won't use Flame Weapon again if it does refill, although I doubt it'll fill up fully. It just puts some trolls back in. Oftentimes the way Swordflight operates, if it has a really large group of enemies and it wants you to have a constant fight, you wipe out what's there, and then more will come back, but they'll be in smaller numbers or weaker variants or something, so the enemies don't abandon the place, but you've wiped out the core of their power in the area, so there'll probably be a handful of trolls instead of 30. Oh, there's a northeast cavern up here. Big pile of Dryaders. Most of them are just straight up warriors. Not too early. I don't think that whatever that protection is stone skin. I can never remember what it's called. I know what it is. I've played a wizard and I've used it. I just can't remember the name they gave it. The sharpshooter charged me. And was trying to claw me to death? You have arrows. Yeah, so, like, I imagine once I rest and return, there will be Driders here again. But just like in the southern corridor, it'll only be 3 of them instead of 5 or 6. Whoa. Okay, so far the initial areas to all 3 directions have been completely safe on their own. So that's down to the market. That's to the Illithid. Nope, hook horrors. Okay, these guys we can handle. Although, I would prefer not to fight an overwhelming pile of them all at once. Okay, kill Big O. That's a gray render. You sit still for a second. How does she have such a long range? Seems to be able to detect enemies from like a mile away. Okay, there's a bunch of them, and these ones are stronger than the last ones we fought because they're not effortless or easy rated. If they're like the last ones that I've fought before, they'll have some sort of howl or something that they like to do, and they have to get in close to do it. And of course, the stupid boulder. Just kill this guy. Okay, you've got him. And a hard focus on the gray render if I'm able to. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. I actually am capable of animal empathy in them, which is hilarious to me. I keep getting rolling a 1? Oh, no, it just means it was... You failed by a pretty significant margin. I have to roll really well if I'm ever to succeed on one of them. Hateful horror. Appears oddly mutated, more dangerous than a typical member. You're telling me, what is with that thing's armor class? Okay, we're gonna kill the regular one. There we are. I'll show you hateful. Can I stop rolling 5s? Okay, so its armor class is better than mine. It is higher than 51. In the world are you? He's resisting things. Okay, well that only hurt her. Also, did it just get a sneak attack? Its armor class is, I think, at least as good as hers is. Yeah, it's higher than a 52. Or it's 52 or higher. One or two more hits and I should have it dead, though. I don't know how I haven't critted at all. It doesn't have any critical protection. Okay. Well, they're all dead. I don't expect I'll ever be up here again, so I don't know if they respawn. I'm hoping that thing was like a one-time mini-boss. And won't ever be back for more. Hate it when enemies have an armor class that high. It seems unreasonable to give an enemy an armor class that high. You just have to have a durable enough meat shield or someone with a really, that's a mimic. A really high armor class. Sit there and distract the thing while you very slowly roll 20s and work your way through its hit points. It's even mimics. These things have a really high armor class, but it's not so high that it's completely unreasonable. You may want to barge some, yeah. Now, frankly, I do think that the Mimic's armor class makes no sense. It's a Mimic. They're not generally known for being agile or hard to hit. Giving it a lot of hit points, making it hit hard, I can understand that, but I don't know. I don't entirely approve of the... Why in the world can I not give her that? The version of Mimics. No. Why did I didn't... Her. Whatever. Okay, so that's to the market. So there's a northeast cavern on this side. We're gonna go check it out. And I'll probably end the episode looking around there. This gives us a lot of groundwork. So I think episode after this, I'm probably gonna search out the upward area that's above us, because Xerxeton's main lair, it looks like, is in the lower area. Also said there's a lot of elementals down there. I hate that. We'll see. He's probably got a couple more layers. Well, not probably. I know he's got a couple more layers scattered around. And we're going to be hitting them all. Boarded door, ruin entrance. And random exploration. So I'm thinking I should be able to deal with Mind Flayers, no issue. They have their mind affecting stuff, but as long as I have enough mind blanks, and I don't just run out of time with those. I also have a couple of clarities in that helmet of stuff, and I have potions of mind blank, which I won't use all that often because usually a couple of mind blank. Whoa. Drow. Yeah. A couple of mind blank charges is generally enough to deal with almost any mind affecting threat. So I can use those down there too. Okay, Drow warriors. How strong are you? Okay, yeah, you guys are like the Duragar, except worse because you're angrier. You know, actually, their armor class is kind of reasonable. They're all using specialized Underdark gear that has ridiculous degrees of enchantments in the Underdark. I'm not totally devoted to that sort of stuff because, of course, the enchantments fade and the stuff disintegrates once you get outside the Underdark, but if you spent your whole life down here, it makes sense you'd have a pretty powerful arsenal of equipment. Especially if you were a competent warrior or adventurer of some kind. Like, the basic Drow warrior armor and weaponry is +3 to 5. If you were a really serious warrior or something, yours would probably be better if you spent any time at all actually getting stuff. So I guess it is kind of fair that Duergar and Drow would have such ridiculous numbers. And probably Kuatoans. Although, I don't know if they really wear any armor at all. I don't think they do. It makes sense that they would, though, right? If you're an advanced society, and you're gonna be doing wars, and physical prowess is one of your things, then you would need to have protective gear as well as weaponry. If you're something like a Mind Flayer or a Beholder, they do have their own gear. Ooh, yikes. They do have their own sets of gear. You just oftentimes don't see it because... why would you? They're aberrations. Their gear is a whole lot different than everyone else's, like the Beholder brand that we're trying to find the pieces of to give that Beholder. Which, truthfully, seems really unwise to ever give a Beholder something it wants, but whatever. I don't know, it kind of makes sense that they would have that degree of protection. Now, an aberration or a monster should never have that kind of high of an armor class, ever. Unless that is its only real thing, like it's going to death by 1,000 cuts you, but if it's doing 20 to 30 damage a hit, it should not be that hard to hit. Okay, I'll look through this place in a second. It's like the Drow or the Duergar one, just for elves. Magical ward. Yeah, anyone who's not elven can get through. Wonder if a half-elf can. Sheet of paper's fallen to the ground, some language is written on it. Cool. You're sufficiently familiar with the Drow language to understand the gist of the note. It proves not to be very interesting, simply being the beginnings of a catalog of items of value taken from a nearby layer of Xerxeton, stored by category in the crates. Cool. Gotten here to keep them from making off with the good stuff. Nice of the Drow to gather up all the loot in one convenient place. Raiding the layers of Xerxeton is a popular activity. Let's see what they contain. Alright. Ah. There's the nice stuff. Amulet of natural armor, breastplate +3, bunch of +3 gear. Nice stuff too. Traps. Probably ones that they disabled, honestly, and recovered. They have rogues that are good enough to do that. And then garbage. What's up with this? Mutilated pieces of what appears to be the body of a Swordflight gnome are caught in the torture device. Mixed in with the gore, you find a name tag indicating the unfortunate victim was named Kizib Coalcutter. Presumably he was captured and tortured to death. Found one of the missing Swordflight. Fear of Ranza won't be too happy to hear about it. This happens all the time in the Underdark. Alright. Well, I imagine there's not going to be much in this lair. But I noticed two things. One, the Drow are still in there, and I can, go in there and kill them all. Because I doubt they were all out here. We didn't come across any sort of leader. And 2, I didn't see any sort of bracelet or necklace or anything like we got from the last one off of its skeleton chieftain. Which is probably important. Definitely want to make sure if there is something like that, we get it. Okay. These layers don't seem to be that big, though, assuming that it's at all like the last one was. Gonna do that a whole lot, or just this? Come on now. Right, this here. Okay. If this persists, it's going to be a serious problem. Okay, there's a priestess. She's probably the one in charge. I imagine they likely have a thief in here, or an assassin in here too. You have true seeing? No, you don't. And I can tank some hits from an assassin, and I can... Well, I have true sight. I have it as a spell. I forgot about that. I should use it now in case one of them is sneaking up on us. I don't have to waste a gem of seeing. Ooh, there's a lot of them. Cool, I might be able to get at her alone. Another torn map piece. Oh, that's the wrong one. $216. Solid XP for one Drow. Okay, so they do have an assassin. A couple more warriors and sharpshooters. Can I use the geometry here to mess with them? Okay, I have another sharpshooter. Yo, get that guy. Because he'll put her down. All he needs is 1 or 2 good hits as an assassin. She has no sort of uncanny dodge, I think. Here, I'm gonna go kill that sharpshooter. So generally they let me at least get their ammo. These sharpshooters are giving me nothing. Floor lever. Alright. Same kind of trap that we found last time. Okay, this door... One chest is missing. That'd be the one they exploded when they tried to open it. This door, however, is not open. Okay, last time we came across an area like this, there were a lot of undead aberrations about. Hook horrors, umber hulks, that sort of thing. Very possible the Drow killed all of those, but given that this door was closed... Wow, a Watchman's Helm. That's a neat find. Going as a barbarian, right? Yeah. Now I'll put up all three. I don't know how my discipline got put up by 4 points. I don't remember doing that. Extra damage reduction. That's cool. Alright, so I think I just want to take... Well, let me see here. I don't see any kind of overwhelming critical or anything like that. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going with great strength. Just pump that up as much as possible. I probably wasted an undead ward now that I think of it. Yeah, there's a bat alive down here. That means the Drow have already killed everything. That is a curious creature. What's going on around here? Its kind had been avoiding these ruins until recently, since they were filled with monstrosities. These were undead. That would attack them on sight. Recently, some Drow came through, destroyed the monsters. Drow took no notice of the bats, having other priorities, so they're beginning to move to the newly safe region. Gave me a period of wisdom. Managed to give you a piece of jewelry and a rune, both magically enhanced. A rune? It didn't give me that, did it? Miscellaneous small. Was there a half-breed's rune of speed just chilling down here? I did use the last use on my gauntlets, right? I mean, that's a huge deal. Yeah, I wasted an undead ward. I imagine there's probably some trapdoors that lead to other sections, given how much this place is open, how much the map is unused at the moment, and that was the same. We found some of those in the other ruin, too. There probably are some. But if like I said before, if I'm not finding things on one pass, I'm not going to comb over every square inch just for some extra loot. If I find it, I find it. Maybe that's part of the fun of playing multiple characters. Early on in the game, there were a couple of places where I did know there were secret doors, and I was very adamant about finding them. But that's because I felt like their contents were a little more important, and early on, you need everything you can get. I am wealthy beyond words at this point, not only in money, which frankly isn't as high as it really could be, but I think more in items. I have some really, really good items. Alright, well, I think I'm going to head back to the market. Frankly, we have another key. So I think I'm going to head down to the south. Yeah, not south, to the lower section. So I'm going to go to the market, sell off everything, and rest. As per usual. While I'm actually out here. Not there. Here. 2d4 versus Aberration. It's +4, 1d4 fire damage, extra saving throws. It's got Ultra Vision once a day. It does not have Keen on it. But against Beholders, Mind Flayers, I think Umber Hulks and Hook Horrors both fall into the Aberration category. That's a really good weapon. What was I saying? Right, we have the other key. And I only saw one other door before the main lair. So either there were only 2 layers of Xerxkitun, or that's not a layer that can only be found once you've gone through everything else. So I think what I'm going to do, whatever's down there is probably important. I'm going to go to the market, sell my stuff, and rest. And the next episode, we'll head down there and see if there's anything super important or valuable behind that. I didn't find any bracelets or anything like that up in that lair either. Is it a bracelet? Yeah. I didn't find anything like that. I wonder what powerful undead was guarding that one. Here's some reagents. I might as well sell to him. Doesn't really matter either way. No, there must have been an extra use in the Half-Breed's Rune of Reinvigoration, or Half-Breed's Rune of Speed. That is what was found. Still super handy. Those Runes of Reinvigoration are a big deal. So 5 diamonds. I actually have been using them for quests here and there and stuff like that. I want to make sure I don't run out, because apparently they do have some actual semi-frequent use. Okay. Wow. 2 spells in a sequencer, extra spell slots 1 through 6, and some damage reduction. That is pretty cool. Oh, that is weird. Okay, my game is messing up and I'm tired of recording it like that, so I'm going to finish up here. I'm going to go buy up. I only have a couple healing things. Actually, hold on. Pleased to see you're not dead yet. I have food, drink, and healing supplies. News about the missing Sverfnebelin. Kezib Coalcutter is dead. At least he will not be in suspense wondering about his fate. If you discovered the whereabouts of any others, no. Okay, I'll get some rest. I don't need that many more potions. 21, I think, is... Yeah, 9, 18... Yeah, 21 potions of severe curing. And then hopefully I can get away with going back to the place and not putting up any protections or anything. I could end the episode there. Now there's going to be stuff on the way. Okay. So I'm going to end this one here then. I'm going to have to put up my buffs and protections again, fight through a couple of Driders, I think, and then I'll end the episode in front of the big... Well, I won't end the episode in front of the big... I'll end my play now in front of the big vault door, and we'll pick up there at the beginning of the next episode. That's going to be it for this one, though. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.